Lil Nas X turned 24 years old on April 9th, and to celebrate, he threw a big-ass party, which was attended by several celebrity guests. That was not it. Lil Nas X also worked on a very special photo shoot inspired by Playboy. He renamed the publication to Battyboy, a reference to the Jamaican slang often used as a slur against gay and or effeminate men. And yet, it seems like Lil Nas X is reclaiming the expression and now using it in an empowering way that inspires self-acceptance. We can't wait to see him dominate pop culture like he's been doing. Question number 3 with a Bacardi shot, I'd swallow that. Did Lil Nas X pretend he was a Playboy model celebrating his 24th birthday and make Battyboy an okay word to say again?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
Nah, I'm not feeling it. Like, I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's the wig. I'm not sure. And maybe it's because I don't connect with Battyboy. But we were having this conversation earlier. I'm like, is it cool to say it? But I also like to reclaim things. Like, I don't.
We took back queer.
Yeah, it's not my favorite though, right? Like, are you talking about
still
this?
not your favorite.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I grew up like Battyboy, fag, and queer. They were really traumatizing to me. Where it was on, like you were catching hands the moment you said it, and so reclaiming it, sure, is a great thing for others. For me, it's still sticky. So I don't know if it's the word or if it's the whole image that I'm not connecting with, but I'm not feeling it just yet. But him looking like Andre 3000 on the right or whatever, I'm feeling so.
Lil Nas X.
And I feel differently.
Caribbean boy. I love the reclaiming of Battyboy.
Yeah.
I've said it a number of times. Like, I don't like the F word or the N word in its full form with the hard R's. And And even when it's shortened, I just still don't like it. Like, I just, I don't refer to myself that way.
Yeah.
But when
this
Battyboy,
Jamaican slur is
I
okay.
fucking love it.
You
And
just
you
use
guys
the F
can
word.
call that to me, and you can put Sean Paul on, you can put Silco music on or something and call it. Like, I just think that it's really fun. I'm not feeling the pictures like you are. That's not my aesthetic.
Yeah, maybe it's.
I think he's a really handsome guy. I just don't, that's not my thing, but Battyboy all day long.
Okay, what is it? I'm loving everything from the curve of his hip to the cheek, the little
The
cheek
heels.
showing. Well, right, I'm going from the cheek.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm down with the cheek.
I'm going with that, and then the heels. And so the aesthetic is amazingly beautiful because it's now taking over all the stigmas that men can still be sexy wearing heels, and you don't have to be in a certain persona to wear it. And I do agree with you that Battyboy, like, by reclaiming that is amazing. Moving down here in South Florida with all my Caribbean friends, we go out to Alabama, like, and we joke about it, and the moment we know it, either two things are happening. We need to look for that cute guy that you're talking about, or we're looking for that person that's putting on a show. Like, one of those things, and it's all positive and it's fun.
Yeah.
And so I love everything about him because that's what he's known for, is taking back ownership of, I am not going to allow you to put me down and stigmatize me, but guess what? I can call myself that, and look how amazing he's toned, he's fit, that curve. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the curve.
Here we go back to the curve.
I spent a lot of time, and so I like that picture more than Andre 3000 because this one seems a little bit more sexier to me.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay,
No,
we
and
know you're
I
a top.
get what you mean.
Yeah.
I mean, I sort of I agree with John, I think. And the reason is because in Latino culture, right, especially Colombian culture, marica is everything, okay?
Yeah.
And marica and maricón means fag, right? And it's used in such a derogatory way that I grew up hearing that as something bad, as something that you would call somebody to put them down.
And that's the same way this word is used growing up, because coming from an Indo-Caribbean background as well, and that's why I love this so much, is because it's reclaiming that word, because I was referenced this way growing up as well, because it refers to, an effeminate, guy, like, and these guys are just like a little girly,
Right.
and they always have like that little, is like, oh, is he like this?
Sugar.
And I know,
Sugar.
and I saw that growing up with like my parents' friends, and they're like, oh, is he? Like that, and I can see that, So seeing a cover like this, and of course, like the whole branding thing of like putting it back to Playboy, I love that. I love the association with the branding, and I just think it's done really well.
I love that Lil Nas X can do no wrong. I mean, and when he does wrong, he comes back and does something right to make you forget about the wrong, right? So, like, I think a couple of weeks ago, he had posted something about saying that I transitioned or something like that, and it was a picture of himself, and he knew that it was in poor taste, right? So he apologized it, and then he's like, okay, I'm gonna come back with something else to like make you love me again, And this is his way. Like, he's always like so very ambiguous and so very different, and just like you can't really place your finger on what he is.
Can I mess you up real quick? Like, why is this awesome, but Sam Smith comes out looking like this and it's an issue? Why are people's minds blown up and the feeds are all attacking him? but this is well received.
What are they attacking Sam Smith over?
That he's inappropriate, that it's
Is it because he's? But do you think it's because of his weight?
Yeah.
I think it's because of his weight,
yeah.
and that is
It's a
so
weight
effed
thing.
up
Yeah.
that is.
But say to your point though, I think it's body issue. But the same people will probably put him down. The same way we both said, at this table, one image, the Andre 3000 versus this image, we all have our what we feel is sexy to us.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that those who speak louder are those who are hating on Sam Smith. Now again, I love him for being him. Am I a fan of Sam Smith? Absolutely not. Never was. However, I will salute him. I will march with him. I will even, support him dressing like that. I will even put him on corset and do all those things. But at the same time, he has a right to be who he is. You know? And so we got to realize that we have to scream louder than those naysayers. To your point earlier, and until we do that and rally around our our folks who think like we do, who play like we do, and that's the only time they're going to feel empowered. And we have to because otherwise all he's going to hear is those naysayers.
Well, one big difference too is that Lil Nas X is cisgendered. He identifies as a boy, so this is kind of dress up, whereas Sam Smith
It's non-binary.
is non-binary, so he's a bigger threat if you're insecure.
I think our community is very freaking vain. We're vain AF, right? And if the roles were reversed and Lil Nas X had an unholy song and dressed like Sam did,
We would love it.
we would love it. We would be taking
We
it all in
would.
like,
Yeah.
yes,
But-
Fashion Week, bitch, yes.
But remember when he dressed as the devil, like he got all that flack from the religious right, and so all that. So I don't necessarily agree with that part as far as the way you identify, because he's pushed the envelope way and he's gotten a lot of flack from that piece. But it just goes back to whom is doing that shouting, and for what reason? Is it body imagery? Is it because you dressed as a devil in a Catholic thing? Is that Catholicism that's making you shout?
Yeah.
And the moment that we realize those folks get back into that old age mindset and come with change.
Well, I'll tell you one comment I put under it, which ended up getting a lot of responses, was I said, if this was Cardi B, if this was Nicki Minaj, or so-and-so, y'all wouldn't have a problem with it.
Absolutely.
It's true.
And some black woman responded, they never did no shit like this before.
And that woman is right. All right, let's move on.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Lara are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.